NFL on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He was unstoppable a week ago. A mountain of yards and a pair of touchdowns. It's the 49ers and the Saints.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a three-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Dalton.
And he'll just get rid of it.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Samson Abuka. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Now here's Trey Lance leading this 49er offense onto the field. Some very big expectations for the second-year signal caller.
That That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Kentavious Street busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Lance, that's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Ready? They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Niners at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The numbers for McCaffrey last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Lance going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Lance. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Passing, it's Dalton. That is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And this one, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. They looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets. Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Lance. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. The man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Yeah, the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the 49ers have taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner always seems to get here quickly. And coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Kamara up the middle, and not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. On third down, here's Kamara. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners set up well. They take over first and 10 on the short side of the field. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Dalton, first and 10. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on first and 10. Lance looking to throw it. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. And the ball on the 30. Here's second and 4. He's got the hook up to McLeod. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And taken down just shy of the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 39, Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's only able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings us up to the 47.
There you go, partner. That's some old school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser fullback and let him get the job done.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And Lance now to throw. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Taken down by Pete Werner. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hurry!
Throwing now is Lance. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Dances by him, and they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back position, and he proved it right there. Working from the gun, Lance. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting...
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be... Now Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And Dalton to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
And that is incomplete here.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey, and they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. First and 10 for Dalton. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's the throw dropped off to his fullback.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. Here's Dalton, able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Dalton on third and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Here's Lance to throw it. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now Lance again. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Shotgun now for Lance. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Dalton and the offense now. Down by 15. 2:15 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. Now Dalton. Pass complete. Thomas. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Finding room at midfield. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. To throw, it's Lance. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now, all through this one, they've had nothing but success throwing the football and in the passing game. Here we are in the 4th quarter, a time you'd think they'd be running the football. They're still tossing it around and having great success, and it appears a whole lot of fun as well.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
This will be caught just inside the 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Lance looks to throw again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Lance to throw for it on fourth down.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And great running after the catch turns that into a really big gain. That's the good news, but keep in mind here, the clock running. He's got Landry, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her.